What is up guys, welcome back to the channel and another video. Today is a very exciting one. My friends down at EBM, aka Elite Brake and Mechanical, have started the forged M52 B25 engine build that will be going in our beautiful E36 purple competition car. I'm really excited about this build. So they have torn down the engine completely, found some very interesting stuff. As you may remember with the motor that I gave them, it had 50 psi cylinder pressure on cylinders 2 and 4, so they've gone ahead and done the teardown. So this build, basically I'll be popping in and out from time to time, but they will be doing the full in-depth breakdown of the build on their channel. So start to finish they'll walk you through how to build a full forged M52 B25 motor. Also it works for just building an M52 B25 motor in general. It doesn't have to be forged, but the way they're going to put it together, they'll show you everything you need to know. But something really exciting turned up in the mail yesterday. I'm so pumped. So our friends at Maxpeedingrods have sent us our forged rods that we have for this build. So they literally sent these from Hong Kong last week and they arrived yesterday being Monday, which is pretty crazy. That's faster than some stuff that I buy here in Australia arrives at my front door. I'm really excited to put these rods to the test. I know a lot of people, including my friend Stan, who's using this in his motor making 360 kilowatts, who run these in high horsepower applications and they work beautifully. The link is in the description for these rods if you want to check them out. You can also use my code for 15% off. The code is Mike Lake, and that's a significant discount on something. I think these rods are about 500 bucks Australian, so which is really cheap. I'm not going to open them up here because I don't want to do anything wrong to them. I'm really scared. I've never had brand new kind of rods like this before, so but they're freaking meaty from the offset. You can just see they're going to be an awesome addition to our motor. So right now what I'm doing is I'm heading down to EBM. We're going to take the Fevo for a drive. We're going to go visit the boys. I'm going to go drop these rods off. We're going to have a quick chat to these guys and see exactly what is going on with the motor that they've torn down. So yeah, let's jump in the Fevo and head on down. Phew. Alright, we're in the Fevo. This thing, now it's got the Walbro in it, far out. That was like half throttle. It's fast. It's really quite fast. And I'm not just saying that either, like it blows my mind, to be honest. Really fun to drive, feels super planted. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, these Maxpeedingrods coilovers have obviously somewhat improved because the ride quality is fantastic and it's actually really nice to drive. So as you can see, my alignment is terrible because the steering wheel is cockeyed. I just did a quick eyeball alignment before just to get the car driving a bit nicer, and it definitely helped. But I'm going to take it to Marcus probably to get a proper alignment. But this thing feels freaking awesome. I need to redo the seats because I'm not stoked on the placement. But I'd like the seats to sit a little bit lower. But just even cornering, like, feels awesome. Bloody hell, the torque steer's definitely evident. And look at that, we're at EBM already because I'm literally around the corner from my workshop. Ew! G'day boys. Let's go see what they've done for us. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. G'day mate, show me the damage.
Everything was in pretty good order apart from you've managed to destroy 2 pistons.
Nice.
This was the first one, so I'd imagine it's probably from incorrect ring gap. You can see the rings have actually folded over each other here.
What the hell?
So this piston, when we videoed it, you'll see it in the video, if you check it out, this piston actually fell out the minute we done the crankshaft, undone the bolts here.
Oh, that's how loose it was in the bore.
It just fell straight out, whereas normally you have to actually tap them out.
Yeah.
And it'll be because this ring here has just completely destroyed itself, and it's obviously cracked the ringland here. You can see even on the bottom it started to destroy everything. That bottom part too there.
Yeah, and the oil.
Yeah, so that was number 2.
Yes.
And then that was number 4. So so you can see it started to do the same thing there.
Yeah.
Same thing with that top ring. See how this one I'm able to move.
Yeah.
But compared to that bottom one, see how this is able to actually like move.
Yes, freely.
There's the ring gap.
Yeah.
Whereas this one's just completely destroyed. So
yeah. So the dude I bought it off, because I bought this, put it in the car, instantly found out it had 50 psi and 2 cylinders, and then pulled it straight back out. Yep. He sent me a video of it running, it was sweet, but just before he pulled it out, he did a massive 2-step.
Most likely.
So I'm assuming that might have been what did it.
Yeah. You didn't run this engine at all, and you
only started it.
Okay.
And then it was absolutely pissing out blow by. And then we did a compression test, and then so we swapped the other engine back in with the helicoils at the moment. So
the only other thing that we found on the thrust bearing,
just wear.
Is just wear. So you can see there.
Yeah, I had
on
the same
actual bearing.
Yeah, I had the same when I pulled my 3 litre apart afterwards. So that's just something going through.
A little bit of low oil pressure or something going through there, but nothing too spectacular. I wouldn't be too concerned about it.
The block's sweet to go.
Yeah, block was all good. Just got to get the holes modified for them bigger bolts.
Oh yeah, right. Yes.
And yeah, other than that, it was in good order. I've just got to organise them. We'll have a look into the camshaft, so I'll get some more information on them.
Sweet.
See whether or not they're going to suit what you want to do.
Yep.
And then just organising the pistons and the rods.
Here is the rods, by the way. Present from me to you.
Hey,
Maxpeedingrods.
Look at that. So
stoked.
we'll get them off.
They look gnarly, man. Like, yeah.
Let's check them out.
I got a friend running them in his 3 litre on big power. When I say big power, like 360 kilowatts. So
yeah,
they look pretty good. So I didn't want to open them in case. I'm just afraid to hurt them at all. So I thought I'd leave them to you guys.
Yeah, no, they're fine.
Much meat. Look at that though. The difference.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Good. These things look like little piddly sticks.
They are, man. Yeah. Well, I mean, 380 kilowatt, and then they exploded. So.
I couldn't believe how tiny everything was in this engine.
Yeah, it's little. Head studs are tiny.
Oh, it's mad. You know, we do a lot of work on the Focus 2 litre stuff.
Yep.
Double the size of everything.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, I don't know what they did. Usually BMW over-engineer, but. So head's going off to the machine shop, blocks going off to the machine shop.
Yeah, correct. So we need to know about there is a little bit of rust on cylinder 3.
Yep.
Just sort of in here.
Yeah.
The rust in there.
Yeah.
So we'll just get that sent off. The fact that piston just fell out of number 2.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely want to get that measured just to
make
know
sure it's
what
all good.
Piston size we're going to get.
Sweet as.
After doing a little bit of research, we'll probably end up going with either Wiseco or Manly pistons rather than the JE. They seem like they hold up a bit better.
Okay, cool.
And obviously we've got the rods already, so we've just got to wait until we know what size we're going to run here, until what are the pistons, and then we can get it all on the way.
And stock compression.
Yep.
Sweet. So far so good.
Yeah.
But you guys can check out the full teardown video on these guys' YouTube channel maybe next week.
Maybe.
Are you editing it? Are you getting it done, mate?
I am editing. It's nearly done.
Oh, sweet. So I'll post on my YouTube when the video's out, so you guys can check out the whole teardown process, which will be fun. And I'm still trying to decide on whether we use a 2.8 litre or 2.5 litre crank. We'll probably just leave it. Let's not overcomplicate things, but
We'll wait until that one's
comes back. Yeah.
If there's a problem with that one, we'll just go bigger.
Yeah, we'll just go bigger. All right. Cheers, guys. Well, there you go. The boys at EBM are taking care of the engine build. I'm just freaking super excited about it. It's going to be my first full forged engine. So, really keen to see how it goes. But like I said, hit up their channel if you want to check out the build a little more in depth. I didn't want to annoy them too much at the shop, so just kind of in and out, you know how it is. All right, so we're now back at the factory, and I'm just getting a couple of wee jobs done. So I'm currently working on the cowling for the Datsun. I'm not filming it because you guys don't need to see this. It's pretty boring, to be honest. I'm just cutting and welding bits into it to get the thing all full bare metal and back to where it needs to be before we put it in. But when we install it, I'll film that part. So I'm just going to let you guys know about a couple of the plans that we have moving forward for the channel, because there's not a lot of stuff to do today, if I'm honest. Obviously, we've still got a little bit to do on the Fevo and take it back for a retune. Today I'm going to source the Mitsubishi emblem and the mesh that we need to put in the front of it. Daniel also needs to do, hi Dan, how you doing, mate? A full detail on it, so we'll go ahead and like all the little tiny bits we're going to touch up with paint, and then we'll do a full wet sand polish and detail on the thing to make it pretty much perfect. Still need to respray little things like the mirrors and just make this thing come up absolutely brilliant, and also obviously, yeah, take it for that retune to get around 180 kilowatts out of it, I reckon. Now, the rotary car. super pumped about this. If you guys are new to the channel, you don't know much about it, go watch the build series. This thing started off as a convertible E36 BMW, crashed at the back. I bought it off my friend Damon, pulled the engine and gearbox out of it. I cut the back off a E36 at the wreckers, welded it on, cut it into a ute. Look at that, we've got our ute tray in here. And then we put a 13B rotary engine in it out of an RX-8. This thing is literally one of my favorite cars in here. I'm pumped about driving this again because the drift season is opening back up probably next month, maybe the month after. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of fun events like Matsuris and drift days rather than actual competitions. Mostly because competitions are really hard to run without a huge amount of spectators, and because of the restrictions I feel like they won't be able to have a lot of spectators to start off with, right? So this car is probably going to get used quite a bit because this is the party car. So there's a bunch of stuff that I want to do to it. First things first, I've pulled the ECU out of it and sent it off to my friend Roland at Wankle Garage. Now he's offering a new service and it's so cool, man. Basically, he tunes the ECU, puts a tune on the ECU that makes the car brat like a Bridgeport without obviously you taking the engine apart and actually porting it, which is really, really freaking cool. He offers the service, it's about $350. You send your ECU to him, he tunes it and sends it back, and he's super quick with it as well. I've also asked him to put a more aggressive tune on the ECU, as well as pops, bangs and flames, because this car is made to show off, right? So that should be back sometime next week. We've got to install power steering in this car, so we're going to put the E36 power steering rack in it, because currently it's got the E30 non-power steering rack and it really didn't do much. It was a handful to drive, so I'm going to mount the power steering pump somewhere on the engine. Woz is going to help me out with that, and then we'll have power steering, which is going to hugely improve the drivability of this car. We're also going to fully degrease everything. We're going to put a custom 4-inch intake on this thing to get rid of this ugly thing, spray a bunch of stuff. Also glitter paint on the engine bay. This thing is going to look absolutely phenomenal by the time we're finished. And then this thing should be pretty much ready to shred. Marcus is going to give it an alignment. I've got new harnesses and stuff to put in it here. I can't wait to freaking drive this thing. Also, man, there's so much going on. Tomorrow we're going to pick up another car that we have bought, or that I've bought. So that's exciting. You guys are going to have to wait and see what the car is. I don't even know what we're going to do with that car, but we're going to figure it out. Maybe I'll let you guys decide what we do with it, or maybe Dan will buy it off me and use it as his drift car, so you know it's a rear-wheel drive. But yeah, we've kind of got to see what goes on with that situation. But right now, me and Dan are going to take some time to clean up this factory and get it back to where it needs to be, because it's really dirty at the moment and it's giving me anxiety just freaking being here with it being so dirty. So that's going to be the end of this video. I'll see you guys tomorrow when we head it's about an hour's drive to pick up this new car. So yeah, we'll see you then. We're going to go check it out. It's going to be freaking sick. Thank you guys as always for supporting. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.